Hello viewers, here is a General Electric branded dehumidifier. I think I've had some people ask to see a video of this. It's a new modern piece of junk. I bought this about 2 years ago to use at work because the air conditioner at work was not right and it was so damp in the room that you could put a piece of paper down, you put a document down on a table, and before you finish reading it, it would be curled up from the moisture. It was really bad. So this is the General Electric ADHL35LAW1. It is 35.42 pint per 24-hour period, which the measurement of that has changed recently, so I think like that would historically be equivalent to something around like a 65 or 70 pint or 50 pint, I don't know. It's the ratings on the machine are lower than what they were in the past, I think, which is really confusing because the amount of water that comes out into a bucket per hour should be pretty simple. It pulls 3.5 amps, crazy R410A pressures, and it's all thermally protected for whatever that's worth. There's a coil that needs to be cleaned. I used this at work pretty heavily for that year, and then when I bought the house I took it home and I used it here pretty heavily in the basement because there was a moisture issue down there. And I mean, for what it's worth, which is not much, it's been a decent dehumidifier over the last 2 years. When it was downstairs here, it ran continuously for several months straight. Whoops. With the continuous drain output thing, and that worked fine. The bucket is pretty small. It fills up really fast if you're using the bucket. I would say within 8 or 10 hours it'll be full if it's really damp. Interestingly enough, the plug is not fused, which is strange considering how recent this was made. I would have bought this in 2021, I think. Yeah, 2021. Or maybe 2020, I don't remember. It's a couple years old. Electronics controls, of course. I'm going to tear this apart and attempt to clean it this year. No idea if that task will actually be worth the time or not. But before that, let's see if it still works. I heard the gas go through, so it does have a charge. And it's claiming it's 70% humidity, which I don't believe. The thermometer here says 45%, and that's kind of more like what it feels like. Well, it sounds like the compressor is pumping refrigerant, and it's building pressure. Yep, I can hear the compressor coming under load. So it seems like it is still going to have a charge, which is kind of unusual. Usually these things are good for maybe 2 seasons tops. It's not really getting cold yet. A little bit, but not too much. Yeah, I can hear the gas going through. I think it's going to work fine. Pretty much ambient temperature still. I'll let it run for a few minutes and then we'll get my thermometer. That definitely sounds like the compressor is under load now. The air coming out is above ambient temperature. Coil is about 60 degrees. A little bit colder at the bottom, 55. So it does appear to be copacetic. And the machine is relatively quiet for what it is. The compressor is certainly audible over the fan, which I would prefer. That's surprising. Well, I guess I'll use this again. I'll use it until it fails, which I'm surprised it hasn't hit that point already. No, it's definitely got a charge. The air's coming out plenty warm, and it sounds normal. So, incredible. Well, another year, but this still works. What an odd refrigeration equipment season so far. Very strange.